Hello, everybody. Hope you're not disappointed that it is just me tonight. Yes, I pushed the wrong button for the Southern Sisters intro. That one says me and Connie, but obviously Connie's not here. You just stuck with me tonight. Froggy is still trying to recoup from driving over 10 hours yesterday from Florida back home to Virginia. So she's been sleeping off and on all day. She's trying, like I said, to recoup. I told her, I said, girlfriend, you're much braver than me because I try not to travel more than 7 hours max in a car because my body just cannot take those long road trips anymore. But let me see who all is here. Good afternoon, evening. Amy, how are you? You are done early today. Woohoo! That's awesome. There's my crafty Aunt Mary. There's Nammy G. How are you tonight, sweetheart? And my Michelle Mosaic, who's sitting really right over there on the couch. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm just glad she's in here. There's Nifty. How are you, Nifty? Yes, ma'am. It's just a little bit past 6 here in Kissimmee, which is really right next door to Orlando. I guess I should just go ahead and say Orlando. But anyway, and there's my Laura. How are you doing? Nammy G says she's doing very well. Maureen, how are you? Well, we've had a little, no, I shouldn't say a little, but a whole bunch of drama here today. Poor Sherry spent, that's our Sherry K, spent about 5 hours trying to figure out how she was going to get back home to Vermont. We took her yesterday to catch her plane, which was when it was normally scheduled, but got there, and about 10 minutes later, she called me and said, Maureen, my flight's been canceled. So I turned right around, picked her up, brought her back here, and she got a flight. But folks, the bad thing is that they can get her to Atlanta, but that's it so far. So I don't really know what has transpired since then. I don't know if her hubby is driving down to pick her up at Atlanta, if she's going to get there and see if they can't get her a continued flight, even if nothing else, maybe to Boston, just or Rhode Island, something like that, so we can get her closer home. But oh my goodness, it is just, and this is all because of that Microsoft faux pas that happened. So good afternoon, Elizabeth. Evening, how are you? And there's my Kristen. How are you doing, sweetheart? Well, thank you so much, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. You have a wonderful weekend if I don't see you again before Monday. Yes, it's been a humdinger for her. Bless her heart. I mean, honestly. Now, of course, Sherry K is not the only one that's stranded. I mean, I don't know how many, honestly, how many flights have been canceled. I know seems like American Airlines leads the pack between American Airlines, Delta, and United. They seem to have had the most cancellations, like well over 350 cancellations, plus just about that many delays. Delta came in second with nearly 300 cancellations and about 200 delays. And then United was pretty close to Delta. But can you imagine paying for a flight? I don't care if it was yesterday or 2 or 3 months ago, planning vacation, and then get stuck somewhere because you can't get back home. I mean, I cannot imagine the stress, but I sure have seen it for poor Sherry this afternoon. That's all I can say. Yes, ma'am. In fact, she's sitting right over here. Funny thing about Coco, she loaded up her computer and everything and said she was going to clock in and do some work today. And I think one of her supervisors said, what? Are you crazy? She says, yeah, I'm just sitting here. So anyhow, but yeah, we're all kind of kicking back. It's starting to wind down. And Coco will go out tomorrow. She's been checking her flights as well just to make sure, but she seems to be on track well. And the boys, hopefully we haven't, excuse me?
So don't jinx it.
Oh, well,
Knock
anyway.
up some wood, Maureen.
There's wood all around me. But, they're international, so hopefully nothing bothered them. I even heard, though, today, I don't know if any of y'all had any problems or not, but even banks were affected. So that's really scary. But I think it all had to do with a security update that was pushed for Microsoft. It wasn't from Microsoft, but it was for Microsoft with a cybersecurity firm that they use.
That too.
Oh, you were?
The work, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I missed all the nightmare. Thank God.
Oh, Coco said that it happened at her work. She missed all of the nightmare evidently throughout the day, but right now I guess everything's worked out.
For work, yes.
For work?
Might
Okay.
be a little longer for airlines, but
Well, that's good. Someone was in Carrie's live this morning and said that their Microsoft software had all been affected, so nobody worked, and so they were just told to go home, I guess.
that could explain why it's so slow.
Yeah, could be. Very well could be.
No one gave up earlier.
Yeah. Hello, Darcia. How are you this evening? Thank you for joining us here. We're talking about the big Microsoft football that has just really messed up a lot of folks. And, we thought maybe we could just rent a car for Sherry, but evidently we weren't the only ones that had that thought, because there are no cars that can be rented for a one-way trip for her all the way up to Vermont. In fact, I even went on one of them's website, and right away it said no one-way vehicles available. So that tells you how many people are ditching the plane ticket and trying to.
Big warning.
Yeah.
No, just no.
Yeah, just no. Don't ask. Don't beg. Don't anything, because the answer is going to be no. Oh, goodness. Hello there, Kathy. How are you doing, sweetie? You changed your name. Short violin player. Kathy did our tutorial, our Froggies tutorial on the flip-flops from TFF a couple of weeks ago. Sent me some photos. They looked very, very cute. Oh, I'm doing great, Darcia. But like I said earlier, I have just felt for poor Sherry, because we were all trying to figure out a way to get her home, and it just seemed like we kept hitting a brick wall. So I am hoping for her that she's been able to get it worked out. Like I said, I didn't hear the last probably 30 minutes of plans, but I do know that we're going to get her on the plane to at least Atlanta, and hopefully she can figure something out from there, because her hubby said just get started, maybe by her getting on a plane and just get started in that direction. I mean, because I know if nothing else, he's going to hop in his truck and just go and get her wherever she ends up at. So anyway, so how has everybody else's day been? I hope y'all been doing well. I know some of you said you were going to be working on some crochet projects. I haven't been able to do that. I really haven't, because like I said, we've been just trying to find a way to get Sherry headed on her way home. But I do have to say that we have had an awful lot of fun here. We really have. It was funny. We all met everybody saying, "Oh my gosh, you are real." That seemed to be the, "Hi, how are you?" So it was really a lot of fun to get to see people that we've only been able to see each other, through the Zoom room, and now to be able to see each other physically, touch,
Touch.
Yeah, that's right. Touch. Had date day with hubby and saw the movie Twisters. Oh, how did you like it? Amy said, I kept all the kids alive today. Well, that's good. Did you also send them home with the right parent? Not that I think Amy's ever done that. No, guys, And obviously, since she's already free from the little kiddos, she didn't have to duct tape any of them to the mailbox. Oh, goodness. So how did you like the movie, Kathy? Oh, you loved it. Now, did you see any similarities between this movie and the one that was just called Twister? Just one Twister?
It's one of my faves.
Yes, mine too. That's the reason why I'm wanting to know, because just the advertising clips that they've been showing for that movie look an awful lot like the original one. So I'm just kind of wondering. But I do know, correct me if I'm wrong, Kathy, it is really more about the twisters that hit Oklahoma. Is that right? Well, I kind of figured that. There are a lot of similarities. Okay. Well, yes, I am. I'll be waiting for that one to hit one of the streaming services because I just don't go to the picture show anymore. I have become too accustomed to pushing the pause button, getting up and making my own popcorn the way I like to eat it, sitting there, being able to answer a phone call or a text, get up and go to the bathroom, don't have any lines that I have to wade through. Let's see, especially El Reno. Oh, it's Steven Spielberg. Yes, Warren, you are. Okay, so it is about all of what was it, 15 tornadoes that hit the Oklahoma area? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, I'm thinking it was 15 that they saw at one time with their little tails hanging down. Mm-hmm. It is scary. It really is.
Imagine being in the middle of that, like surrounded.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And there are folks that love doing that. They're
chasing them. Yeah.
Tornado chasers. Not me. No.
Gotta be an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Coco said, "I bet it's it has to be an adrenaline rush." And yes, you are absolutely correct. So anyway, like I said, now I wasn't here for the first full week because having to come all the way from Texas and get settled in and then run up here. So I missed out on a few things during the week, but seems like everybody else had a great time. I know Coco's been at the...
a lot of time at Epcot.
Yeah, she spent a lot of time at Epcot with Daniel and Ash. They all braved the heat, and I know Coco has survived. And since we've seen texts from...
barely.
Dan and Ash, I know that they have survived, so it's been a good time for everybody. There were a few yarn shopping trips that were made, and let's see, not only to Joann's, but out to Four Pearls, which is a little bit northwest of Kissimmee. So be seeing lots of yarn here in the next few weeks and some videos. Kathy says it actually has some footage on the El Reno highway where the man and his son were taken from their vehicles. Yes, that's what I thought. Your hubby is a storm chaser. Oh my goodness, Kathy. Oh yes, Darcia, she had a blast. She really did. And I want to tell y'all something. Her husband, Joey, came with her. And not only was it so cool to see him take care of his little froggy,
and he's real.
Yes, he is real. Coco said he's real. But he also took care of all of us. He didn't mind running out for Krispy Kreme donuts several times in the mornings. He didn't mind carting everybody around. He was better than gold, folks. That's all I can say.
He was a keeper.
Yes, he is a keeper. We all told Coco he is a keeper.
Coco.
Not Coco, sorry. That's because Coco's sitting right here. No, Froggy, if you see this in the replay. We told Froggy Joey's a keeper. Whoops.
Took me a second too. I'm like, oh.
Did you go out there? Oh, and folks, I tell you what, my Lacey, my hound dog, her daddy's got a little competition because she has fallen in love with our Sherry K. I am not kidding you. It is so funny. She has always, like when Wayne and I try to snuggle on the couch with each other, oh no, she will get right. I mean, she will start with her front legs first, and she doesn't look at either one of us. She just starts creeping up there, and she'll wiggle this way and wiggle that way, and she'll get up on the couch, and she will literally sit on me. Not her daddy. She will sit on me, letting me know that I'm in her space. Or if I stand up to, give him a kiss goodbye in the mornings or something, she is right over there, in there between us, or jumping up on my back like, excuse me? No, no, no. Well, when Coco thought she wasn't going to see Sherry when we were getting ready to take her to the airport Thursday, Coco was giving Sherry a goodbye kiss and hug and everything, and Lacey was right up there between them like, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah. Yep. She has fallen in love with Sherry. I'm not kidding you. She really has.
I think she senses that she's got a knee issue.
Well, that could be too. Yeah. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Sherry fell off her tractor. Is that when it happened? Oh, excuse me. She jumped off her tractor, and her knee is not doing well now.
I find dogs have a sixth sense for that.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, that might be it. But I also think Sherry's just a natural, she's had her goats and her chickens and other animals. So I just think Sherry's got the touch for animals. Oh, yeah, they're over there playing nosy, kissy, kissy. So I've been telling my husband, it would be interesting to have Sherry and Wayne in the same room at the same time.
Probably bowl Sherry over.
I don't know what she would do, honestly.
Well, she saw her daddy.
Yes. Oh, yes. Wayne did come up last Saturday for a little while. He just, drove up, and he was back and forth, whether he was going to stay with us for the weekend or not, but work one out. So he had to go back and take care of some paperwork. But yeah, I had been telling everybody, every time her daddy comes home from work, or even if he's just run to the store or something, you know how dogs are, especially. You can walk outside and in 5 minutes come back in, and they're just like, oh, you've been gone forever. And oh my goodness, when she recognized her daddy, she was out on the screened-in porch here with Sherry, and when she heard his voice, Sherry opened the door, and here she came. And I think it was Sherry. It might have been somebody. Was it you? Okay. Yeah, I've been telling them she twists and turns herself wrong side out, and they got to witness it. That's for sure. Yeah.
I'm going to miss her.
Yeah, Sherry Kay says she's going to miss her. She's especially going to miss those extra walks because Sherry was outside with her just a few minutes ago walking her around. I kind of think she's got Sherry suckered is what I think. But anyway. Oh, goodness.
You're glory, aren't you, baby girl?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, now Coco's going out. She just wants to go out there and be on the porch. There are ducks around here. She's decided she doesn't like the ducks, and so we have to watch her there when they do come up and around. There has been a husky around for the last few days, and she sounds like she wants to get to it and tear it up, but actually she really likes huskies because, huskies talk, and she really has liked that a lot. Kathy, let me see if I can. Hold on. Let's see. There's the picture. Download. All right, that's right there. So let me come back over here. present. I do remember that. A slide. Okay. I have no slides. All right. Present from my computer. Nope, I don't have an extra screen. Well, sweetheart, oh yes, she did redo them. She did do her flip-flops in the first pattern that Froggy showed, and then she did them in the where we did a single, half double, double, and made the little scallops on them, and she redid them and did that pattern, and she really liked them. I still haven't figured out how to do that. We may have to do that. Well, you know what? Since it was a TFF pattern that we did, how about we wait and show it on TFF that way? Froggy will be here and can do that for us. Hello, Nana Mama Cat. How are you doing this evening? I hope you've had a very nice afternoon. You know, it hasn't been too bad here, too terribly hot anyway. It only reached, let me see. We're supposed to have rain starting here in just a little bit. Lightning nearby is what it's saying. Oh dear. It only got up to 106 field temperature and only up to 92. It was supposed to get to 98, but it only got to 92 here. But I think that's because the clouds started rolling in a little earlier than they thought. I'm doing great. Oh, in Topeka, Kansas, you're starting to see seeing some rain? Or you're going to have rain? Oh, your real temp was 83. But yes, I can tell just by looking over here, and it looks like we've got a nice breeze going on out there. So I'm thinking that it looks like we are going to get the rain, which at this time of the year, the afternoon showers are not uncommon. Oh, you're going to have rain. Okay, Kathy. Yes, we are too. So I wanted to share with you guys some fun things. If you ever wanted to come to Orlando, let's see. Yes, the 15 best things to do in the Orlando area. Now, of course, I don't want anything from Rakuten today. Thank you very much. Hide it for now. Thank you. Thank you. Do any of y'all use the Rakuten app? Boy, I sure like that thing. All right, things to do in Orlando. Not only, there's a wonderful place here that's called Wonderworks Orlando. It is about all the museums, and it looks like you pay one price per adult, and you get to see several museums that are on this little thing. There is a Orlando aquarium that you can go to. Clear kayaking or paddleboard. There you go. So that you can see the manatees. Oh my goodness, guys. I have never seen anything so big, but just so gentle. Oh my goodness. They are so, so pretty. And yes, there's lots of tours that you can take with glass bottom boats. Obviously, a whole bunch of beaches along the eastern and even western coast of Florida. You can take some very nice historical tours around St. Augustine. Now, it's really funny. I don't know if I've made mention of this the last few times, but about a month ago, my husband and I woke up one Saturday and said, hey, let's just take a day trip. And I said, Okay. And he says, where do you want to go? And I said, I don't care. And he said, well, let's go to Key West. Okie dokie. So we get in the truck and we're driving down to Key West. Neither one of us realizing that it's not a trip that you should make in one day. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So anyhow, we're getting down there. We have gone past Key West and getting into the Everglades area. And in a little bit, my husband said, well, honey, welcome to the Everglades. Well, I'm expecting to see lots of what I would call water reeds, grass sticking up out of the water and everything, and lots of water. Nope, there was neither. It was so dry that all you could see out in lots and lots of areas was just brown grass. It was so, so bad. Hello, Jennifer. How are you this evening? Thank you for joining us. But yes, it was, oh my goodness. So one of the things, though, that you can do here in Florida, once it gets a little bit wetter, is you can take airboat rides, and they will take you out to see the alligators. Now, not crocodiles, the alligators. They're the ones with the narrow snouts. Of course, there's the Kennedy Space Center, excuse me. You can go out there and enjoy everything about NASA. And let's see. Of course, there's everything Disney related that you can do.
Not recommended in July. Just gonna say that.
Coco said don't recommend it in July.
Unless you want to melt.
Unless you wish to melt. Now, if I knew that I could get out there and melt a few pounds, I probably would have been going with her, but I know that's not going to happen. So,
did not happen.
Yeah, she said didn't happen, didn't work. So, oh, let's see. Orlando is famous, folks, for their premium outlet malls. I was going to say outlaw, which it may be, but they are well known for their outlet malls. There's even sections of international shops that you can go check out. And I don't mean just food either. They have wonderful water parks. Excuse me?
Medieval times.
Yes, let me tell you. Coco and Daniel and Ash last night went to it's a restaurant and show. Let's see. Some people might call it a restaurant dinner show. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's called Medieval Times. And I know there's a part of the restaurant where you can just go and sit and eat. But then there's also another section. I mean, the ones in Texas are built like that. This, I would assume,
I didn't see anything that was not the show included.
Okay. All show included. Okay. So the one she went to, you get to sit down in this big, huge arena, and the medieval knights and the ladies. Did y'all have ladies there too?
There was the queen.
The queen. Okay. Come out. They do some knight fighting on their horses.
And then they ended with joust.
Yeah. Yeah. So they got to do that last night. And
had a bought a sword?
I was going to say, I didn't know if I wanted to mention that, but yes, Coco did come home with a sword. It's named
the Robin Hood sword.
The Robin Hood sword. So
buy me a knife.
Oh,
I don't think they were for sale.
Yeah, Michelle said, but she didn't bring her home a knight. She just couldn't figure out why. And Coco had to tell her disappointingly, that the knights are not for sale. They have to stay. Hello, Cindy. How are you? And Faith Louise. Thank you, ladies, for being here. I greatly appreciate it. I do too, Cindy. I haven't been to one in at least 30 years. My daughter's, when she was in the 7th grade, the band won the, I turned that off.
Apparently not.
I know. I went into my alarms and said no, but evidently it didn't listen to me. Anyway, The band was invited to Austin because they were a sweepstakes band that year. And what that means is they had a first division for marching contests and they had a first division for concert contests. And back in the day, including her time in school, it was held every year. I mean, every year you could go, and now it's held every other year. So anyway, we took the kids to Austin, and one of the things that we did with the group or with the band was we took them to medieval times. Now, the menu there may have changed, and a lot may have had to do with COVID. I don't know, but I do remember that we sat down to a true rustic medieval times meal. They had the turkey legs, they had the big chunks of vegetables, and I mean bread of every size. Baskets were just placed, every so often, and you couldn't cut a piece. You had to get each one of those little loaves and just tear them apart and start eating. Lots of little crocks of butter, and it was real butter too, folks. None of that oleo stuff. And then we had some kind of dessert, but guys, I can't remember what it was. I know it was a lot of fruit-based. For some reason, I'm thinking there was some custard there too. I mean, this is 30 years ago. But anyway, I do remember the big turkey legs and the big chunks of potatoes and some other vegetables, there. And everything had to be eaten with your hands. There were no knives, no forks. And you were given napkins that were pretty comparable to just a cut up piece of burlap sack. They tried to make it just as real as possible. So anyway, but hers was not like that. Hers was a little bit more refined. They did, I believe, have forks and knives and chicken and corn on the cob, did you say?
She's got delayed again. Yeah, half a corn on the cob.
Half a corn on the
with like
cob.
some spices on it.
Mm-hmm.
And a potato.
A potato.
It had spice, but it kind of like smushed.
She said she had a potato, but it was smashed.
Yeah, it was still one piece, like somebody stomped on it.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, they did have, a lot of fun. And then, like I said, she came home with a sword as her souvenir. And folks, it is a sword. I am not kidding you. And that puppy's heavy as well. I mean, it's no plastic thing. It's all metal and leather around the handle part and a very nice hilt.
I have no idea.
Whatever they call the little cross piece there, at the handle.
Stopper.
Hand stopper, yeah.
Guard.
The guard.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
That's right. It's called the guard. So, yes. But anyway, everybody had a good time. And that's all that matters. So, she did inform us, though, that her knight didn't win.
No.
So, that was the only disappointing thing, I think, of the evening was her knight did not win. We call it pecan. She asked me, how do you pronounce P-E-C-A-N? We say pecan. I know a lot of people say pecan, but we say pecan here in Texas.
Pecan.
Coco says in Canada they call it pecan.
You can.
Excuse me. They're over here talking about the ducks out here. Evidently, they've named a couple of them. I know one of them's named Bridget.
And Murray. And Murray.
And Murray. There you go. And in the Midwest, well, that's good to know. Hello there, Alley Cat. How are you doing? You're Canadian, and we say it like that too. Pecan? That's exactly right, Kathy. Pecan or pecan. Oh my goodness, Sherry, sweetheart. Oh, wait. And now it's back to 8? 9? Okay. Well, that's good to know. Oh, wait. So 9 o'clock?
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay. Well, guys,
Leave him alone.
I'm going to get off because
No.
Sherry's flight time has been changed again. It's saying almost 9 o'clock, and we want to get her there to make sure that she has her spot on the plane. So I hate to cut this live short, but I'm the transporter. So let me just say, no, I am in. Oh, you've had a nice rain so far. Well, that's awesome, Alley Cat. No, I'm in Florida. Hubby came back to work here, so we're back in Florida already. But let me say thank you to each and every one of you that have stopped by this evening. Again, I apologize for cutting it short, but like I said, we got to get our Sherry.
Holy smokes.
Hey,
Lisa didn't like that idea.
Nope. See, I told y'all. She loves her Sherry K. Anyway, please remember, be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. It could be your light that they need to see.
Lacey, Bob. Lacey, come here.
I love you guys. Thank you again for being here. See you next time. Bye.